Thank you for attending this Datamart Ask the Experts webinar on preparing your ShoreTel system for the 400 series phones. My name is David St. Clair. I'm a sales engineer here at Datamart, and I'll be hosting this webinar. Building on ShoreTel's line of brilliantly simple IP phones, the ShoreTel 400 series phones incorporate the latest user feedback, giving customers the advantage of feature-rich business phones that provide new functionality and enhanced usability. Below we show some of the highlights included in the 400 series phones. Visual voicemail simplifies voicemail management for professionals, contact center agents, and executives. Enhanced form factor that incorporates the latest user feedback allows for a smaller profile on the desk, giving you more desk space for other needs. Also, more soft keys on the phones and line/call appearances allow for increased functionality and more speed dials and other programmable features on the IP phone. Finally, on-phone diagnostics allow for faster troubleshooting and shorter time to resolution for problems. As always, if your ShoreTel system is having problems, please contact Datamart support immediately by emailing support@datamart.com. Next, this slide shows the 4 IP400 series phones available today from ShoreTel. On the top middle, we have the ShoreTel IP420. On the left and right are the IP480 and IP480G. On the bottom is the IP485G, which includes a color display. This next slide highlights some of the features included in the IP400 series phone, specifically the 485G. From a visual perspective, the phone is very visually appealing with a unique angular design and a concave profile that keeps keys horizontal and the display vertical. The handset offers a tactile handset with great touch and feel. The weighting is a little lighter than the previous generation of phones. The handset also includes a contoured grip, a finger notch, balanced weight, and it easily rests on your shoulder if you need to have a conference call while typing. Of course, the phones also include speakerphone and headset capability, as do the previous model of ShoreTel phones. From a sound perspective, the phone offers unmatched clarity with wideband audio, 7 versus 3 octaves of range, high gain microphones, and also a booming speakerphone. This next slide highlights some of the new functionality that has been requested by users. Visual voicemail has been moved to the phone so you can play voicemail in any order with an intuitive user interface. There are some extended features in the phone. There is now more info in the directory and also the history on the phone. There's more call appearance buttons that can be customized for speed dials or monitor or other functions. There are more soft keys as well. Built-in diagnostics. There are network tools and log file capture tools within the phone to allow Datamart and ShoreTel to resolve issues quicker. Also, from a deployment perspective, these phones are supported not only on the ShoreTel premise-based phone systems that you all have, but also in the ShoreTel Sky cloud services, which started in early 2014. So this is the phone ShoreTel is using moving forward on all platforms. This next slide highlights some of the differences between the 400 series models here. As we can see, the IP420 is designed for break rooms, lobbies, contact center agents that primarily just receive inbound phone calls. It's limited to 2 lines, so it's not great for users requiring a lot of transfers or juggling around multiple calls. Note that the 420 and 480 use a 10100 network interface, meaning when you plug a computer into the back of the phone, it will only be able to connect at 10100 versus the 480G and 485G, which provide full gigabit network interface on the back of the phone. Also note the similarities between the 480, 480G, and 485G. They all have 8-line appearances. The form factor is identical, and the screen functionality is identical. The color screen is a difference on the 485G. Also, all these phones use SIP protocol to connect to ShoreTel as opposed to the previous MGCP protocol. SIP has been widely adopted in the voice over IP industry as the standard moving forward, so ShoreTel is getting in line with the industry and standards and is using SIP moving forward on the phones. This next slide discusses the 400 series phones and how to get your ShoreTel system ready for deployment. So to deploy the 400 series phones, your ShoreTel system will need to be on version 14 or higher. 400 series phones will not connect to a version 13 or earlier system. So with that being said, Datamart recommends upgrading to the latest build of 14.2, which is build 19.45.1602.0. If an upgrade is needed, please contact Datamart support to review server specs and the upgrade path to 14.2. And of course, Datamart can always assist in the upgrade itself, either on-site or remotely. Please reach out and we can provide a quote for the on-site or remote installation of the 14.2 software. Also, keep in mind that your DHCP scope option 156 for the 400 series phones, we do recommend adding in a string value for the phones to be able to contact the server quicker. So this is in the custom option 156, we ask that you add in the string value config servers equals the IP of the HQ ShoreTel server. Again, if you're not sure how to do this, or if you should do this, please reach out to Datamart support. We'll be happy to walk you through how to do this at no charge. Next, 400 series phones. These are general questions that have been asked. Some of these questions are from the live webinar that we ran, so keep that in mind. Question 1. What are the main differences between the 400 series phones and the 100, 200, 500 series phones? The ShoreTel IP 400 series phones offer support for SIP, so that's again a change from MGCP. Next, the ShoreTel IP 400 series phones offer larger displays with enhanced screen resolution. So you're going to be able to read the screen a little easier, it's going to look a little nicer. Next, the ShoreTel IP 400 series phones offer visual voicemail, and again this applies to all models except the IP 420. So those are some of the highlights and key differences on the 400 series. Next, what are a few of the other benefits of the 400 series phones? The phones are fully assembled out of the box, so there's no more piecing together the handset cord and base. This is going to save some time, especially on a larger number of phones. Next, in terms of supportability, the 400 series phones have the built-in diagnostics, which we already mentioned, to display real-time system statistics, testing network connectivity through ping, and also trace route, and also start and stop a log capture in the phone, and then upload that log file for analysis by ShoreTel. Next question. Can the 400 series phones be intermixed with 100, 200, 500, 600 series phones on the same ShoreTel system? Yes. There is absolutely no limitation on using any mix of ShoreTel IP phones that are supported on a version 14 or higher system. Next question. Do the new 400 series phones require a SIP extension license, as do other third-party SIP phones? Answer is no. A SIP extension license is not required for the 400 series phones. So they're going to connect in the same way in terms of what you're used to for IP phone ports, but there's no extra licensing needed. So there should be no change there. Question. When adding in the new option 156 config server equals IP address string, do I need to remove any existing values from the full string? The answer is no. You do not need to remove any existing values from the string. You just add in the new string value using a comma to add it in. For example, see here on the screen, this would be an example of both the config servers and FTP servers strings included with a comma separating the two. Again, if you're not sure if your system is set properly or you need help doing this, please reach out to Datamart support. We'll get right on the system remotely, take a look, and straighten this out at no extra charge. So this would be included in the support that you get from Datamart. We'll take a look and straighten this out. Just reach out and we can schedule that. Next question. What is the minimum Windows Server operating system required to run ShoreTel version 14.2 to have 400 series phone capability? ShoreTel 14.2 supports Windows Server 2008 and 2012. So you're going to have to be running one of those two server OSs. Of course, the minimum is 2008, but you cannot run a higher version than 2012 at this time. Please contact Datamart support to review your server and also other specifications on the server before you upgrade. So make sure to do this. Do not upgrade on your own without contacting Datamart support first. Next question. Do all ShoreTel phone models ending in a G support the built-in VPN connection to the VPN concentrator appliance? The answer to this is going to be no. Only the IP230G and also the IP655 support the built-in VPN connection today to the VPN concentrator. Note that the IP230G is going to be continued to be sold by ShoreTel until end of June 2016. So that is not the case with some of the other models, but the 230G is going to be kept around longer for this reason. Later this year or early next year, ShoreTel is going to be releasing to existing customers a new software version, which is going to include a method of connecting all the 400 series phones using a similar VPN technology into the ShoreTel system. So until then, the IP230G and VPN concentrator solution is going to be recommended up until that point for remote VPN phones that you need to connect. Next, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this recording and taking the time to learn about the ShoreTel 400 series phones. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to Datamart, and we will be happy to discuss on a one-on-one basis your situation. Thanks again, everyone. Have a nice day.